My name is Vicki, and this is Daku. And Daku is a very interesting snake. It's not the species of a snake that you would find here in North America. These snakes are found in Australia, and they are called a Woma, W-O-M-A. And it is a type of a sand snake. Now this particular sand snake, his name is Daku. And Daku is an Aboriginal term that means sand. We thought that would be appropriate since this is a sand snake. Now one thing that's very unusual about this species is if you look down the top of him, it looks like he is laterally compressed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He's not rounded or anything. It looks like from lateral, from the sides, it looks like he's laterally compressed. He's not really not compressed at all. That's just the way they look. And that is an adaptation for survival in really deep sand. Now this is a young snake, but when they get up to about 6 feet long, his back's going to stand about that tall and be about that wide. And it looks like a great, it's still going to have that look, like a big wall. And they can just move through the sand, really deep sand, very quickly. It looks just like they're swimming. For those of you that just came up, this is a Woma. It's a type of an Australian sand snake. Feel free to ask any questions. This is still a young snake, but they can get up to about 6 feet long. And if you notice that nice coloration, that also is an adaptation for living in the Australian sand, semi-deserts, and deserts. It helps him to blend into that, the brownish parts, helps him to blend into the reddish, darkish soil that's found in Australia. And if you notice kind of the lighter color, the blondish yellowish color, that helps him to blend into that really tall spinifex grass that grows in Australia. Feel free to ask any questions. This is our 9:30 animal encounter, and we will be having animals out here off and on up until 12 o'clock, and then again from 2 o'clock to 4:30. Nobody's interested in a Woma?
What do they feed on?
Good question. That when they're young, they eat small mammals. They're small reptiles like other small snakes, small rodents about this big, little lizards. But when they get larger, like right now, we're feeding Daku here at the park. We're feeding him about 3 or 4 small mice about this big, about every 2 weeks. Which doesn't sound like a real big appetite, does it? But for those of you who are familiar with caring for snakes, you'll know that is a really good appetite.
That's a lot.
Yeah. That's a really good appetite. He's nice and healthy. And all snakes shed. So a healthy snake is going to have a healthy appetite, a consistent appetite. And so that means it's going to grow more. And then the more the snake grows, the more that it's going to have to shed in order to accommodate that growth. And when they shed, it's actually very interesting because what happens is there is a liquid that separates the body, that's in between the body and the outer skin, and it actually causes it to separate. That's even on the eye caps, everything, all the way down to the tail. And Daku here is, he's very healthy. And again, he's got a really good appetite. He's very active right now, keeping me busy.
It's warming up.
What's that?
It's just warming up.
He is. That's for sure.
He's iridescent in the sun. Do you see that?
Are they endangered?
You know what? They are in parts of their habitat. They're found basically in 3 different populations throughout Australia. The central area and then the 2 lower southern area populations. And in the farther southern population is endangered.
What are their predators?
It would be like other large, not large, but other mammals, birds of prey.
In Australia, what bird would that be?
And then, of course, dingoes, things.
Dingoes.
Yeah. It's beautiful.